What's up, you guys? My name is Shunda Jenkins and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I'm going to share with you a yummy, delicious treat that you can have. It's a healthy treat. It's a vegan brownie, and it's actually a vegan protein brownie. And so I'm going to be sharing with you one of the proteins that I like to use, and it's going to taste so delicious. Now, if you do not have this particular protein and you want this protein, please message me directly. You can follow me on social media, Shunda Jenkins, and you can send me a message and I can share with you the link to purchase this. This is only able to be purchased through a direct supplier, so I'm a direct supplier for this protein. And so if you are interested in this particular protein, you can send me a message. Now, if you don't have this particular protein, feel free to substitute for any protein that you have. All right, so this yummy brownie has a superfood in it, and the superfood that we're going to be using is cacao powder. And then also in this protein that I'm using, it also has superfoods, and so that's why I'm recommending that you use this one. Now, if you do not have this particular protein, then you can also buy a chocolate vegan protein out the store. So, but this one is Juice Plus, and this is their chocolate. So we're going to be using that in the recipe. So like I say, you need your cacao, and then you need some cacao nibs. Now, if you do not have cacao nibs, that's okay. You can actually leave those out. I just added them in there for just a little extra crunch. And then you're going to need some dates, maple syrup, because I believe maple syrup goes really well with a brownie. And then you also going to need some sea salt, some raisins, which I already pre-measured them out, and some water and some walnuts. All right, so let's get started. All right, to make the brownies, the protein brownies, you want to just add everything to your food processor. There's no particular way to add it. So you're going to start out with 12 dates. And then you're going to add in 1.5 cups of walnuts. And if you want to, you can actually pulse the walnuts and the dates together and then add all the other ingredients. It's really up to you. There's no right or wrong way to do this. And now you want to add in 1/2 cup of raisins. And then you need 3 tablespoons of cacao powder. And this is going to give it like a rich, that richness of cacao. All right, and now you want to add 1/8 of a cup of cacao nibs. And like I said, if you don't have these, you can leave it out. And this is the brand that I'm using. I just got it from Whole Foods. It's by Navitas. And now you want to add 2 scoops of your protein, a chocolate protein. This is 14 grams of protein per serving. Actually 13 grams, I'm sorry, of protein per serving. So total amount is 26 grams of protein for this particular recipe. And now you want to add in your salt. You need 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And the saltiness is just going to add, just, you know how you get with a brownie, you want that saltiness. So I just wanted to add some salt into it. And then you need 6 tablespoons of water, which I already pre-measured out. And then 6 tablespoons of maple syrup. I'm sorry, 3 tablespoons of maple syrup. Just to add as a sweetener. Now, if you want less of a sweetness to it, then you can just add agave. But the maple syrup really works well with a brownie. So that's why I chose the maple syrup versus agave. I like to use agave, but for this recipe, I think the maple syrup works better. And then you're gonna add all this to your food processor and pulse it, okay? All right, so now that it is blended together, you have like a chocolate, it looks like chocolate brownie and it smells like chocolate brownie. All right, so for this part, what I like to do is get some gloves because this mixture is sticky. It is seriously like a brownie. It will not get hard. And so I'm just gonna add all of this, spoon it out, and roll it up with a ball, into a ball, and then put it on a pan. Now you do have the option of putting this into maybe a pan, like a rectangular pan, and seating it down in the pan, maybe pushing it down to make the brownie, to make it into an actual brownie instead of a brownie ball. And you can have it like that. Put it in the freezer for 2 hours and then cut it and serve it. Or you can have it in the refrigerator for up to a week, okay? So, anywho, let me show you what I'm going to do. So I'm going to put on me some gloves because this gets very messy. And I'm just going to take a 1 tablespoon scoop and scoop it out. And you can make it the balls bigger if you want to, or you can keep it as 1 tablespoon, but like I said, it's going to be sticky. So and then you just add this to a baking tray and put it in the freezer, sorry, for 2 hours, okay? It's going to be sticky like a brownie and chewy. It's so delicious. And the gloves just keeps everything so clean, and my hands will be so clean because this stuff gets really, really sticky. These are excellent treats to have. The only thing about this that they're so good that sometimes you can overindulge. So I would recommend like 2, eating about 2 as a serving. Maybe it could be like a little snack, or you have a little craving and you just make some of these. And if you make it into a brownie, cut them in like small pieces because this is very rich. So you don't really need a lot, and it does have a lot of protein in it and fiber. So just keeping that in mind, it does contain a lot of fiber because the protein that I use has 7 grams of fiber. So it's about 14 grams of fiber per serving. Per scoop. So just keep that in mind. Fiber is really good for gut health, but if you're on the vegan diet like I am, you get plenty of fiber in your diet. And so I would recommend just eating like 2 of these, 1 to 2, okay? But no more than 2 of these. And you see the size of them. And now you do have the option to crunch up some walnuts and roll them into walnuts to give it like some texture on the outside so they won't be so soft. But I'm just going to keep mine like they are. Or you can dust it in some cacao powder. It's up to you how you want to do it. All right, so I am finally finished, and there you go. Brownie protein balls. And so what you want to do is place this in the freezer for 2 hours, and then it's good to go. These are sticky, so they're not going to get very hard when you put them in the freezer. The freezer is just going to help let them like form a little better than they are right now. But so just keep that in mind. Some of my energy balls are soft, well, protein balls are soft, and some of them have a harder texture to it. These are super soft. They remind you of a brownie. You know, when you eat into a brownie, it's just super soft and chewy. These are super soft and chewy. And so place them in the refrigerator for 2 hours, and then in the freezer, I'm sorry, for 2 hours. And then you can store these in the freezer and just take a few out as you want to eat them. Maybe you take a couple out and then you put them in the refrigerator, let them get softened a little bit and eat them. Or you can keep them in the fridge for up to a week, so 5 to 7 days. I recommend you stay towards the 5 days, but I know with these they have a longer shelf life because they don't really have a lot of perishable ingredients in them. So 7 days at the most in the refrigerator, and make sure you store them in an airtight container. All right, so that's how you make some protein brownies. All right, you guys, so let me know in the comments below if you tried this, and let me know how you like it. Also, let me know what protein you use if you were not able to get the complete juice plus chocolate protein. Let me know what protein that you use for this. Let me know if you actually tried some other stuff in it. Maybe you rolled it in some walnuts. Maybe you dusted it with some cacao powder. However you did it, just let me know, and stay tuned for the next video. Also, make sure you subscribe and share this with someone who may need this recipe. All right, I love you guys. Bye.